Okay guys, I'm starting off. I made a little cup of tea with boiling water. This is like a cleansing tea or whatever. I added some almond milk after I made it to cool it off a little bit. And I'm just going to add a little bit of my matcha tea and stir it up. Just to get some extra antioxidants. I'm really liking this almond milk in the tea. You guys, I'm about to hop in the shower, and I did a Jane Fonda workout this morning. There's some stuff on YouTube, some free stuff that you can do. I did it right in my bedroom because I didn't feel like going. I just felt like going out today, so I did that workout. It was actually really fun, and I love the outfits. They all have really killer outfits, so it was fun, and it really got my heartbeat going. So cool stuff. Hey guys, all right. I was inspired by where I stayed this past week by the things that we ate, so I made something similar. This is kind of breakfast-ish. I haven't had anything to eat really, and I was just in the mood for regular food instead of a smoothie or something. So I made a kale salad with some sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, and I used some oil and some salt in here. And it's delicious. So this meal actually is not 100% nutritarian because I did use a little bit of oil and salt, but not a ton. So as I say, I use a little bit of oil every once in a while, and in this particular meal I did. So just beware, what I'm eating has a little bit of oil, but you could always cook everything that I made without oil and salt too. And I'm back home again, and I missed my mushrooms, so I roasted up a bunch of mushrooms. I've been snacking on those while I was cooking. Then I made this kind of, it's sort of like a it's a stir fry, but used a little bit of oil to cook it, but this is mostly like a ton of nutritional yeast in there too, so it makes it kind of cheesy. So this is just cauliflower, broccoli, red peppers, and celery and carrots, and cooked it up. And then I made some tempeh. This is cooked on the pan here with a little bit of coconut oil and some salt and some coconut aminos. And then I'm also making a big pot of black and wild rice here. That will be done in 5 minutes, which means everything will be done then. So super healthy meal, but it does have some oil and salt, so feel free. This is a great meal to have, but feel free to adapt it to your level of nutritarianism, but everything's all vegan, so I'm gonna dive in. Oh, look at this pile of yumminess. Lots of food. Some good protein here. And a beautiful salad. And a cat who also wants some, but we all know that story. It's hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
Ability to hear ultrasonic squeaks too high-pitched for human ears.
About a cat's hearing is not that it can hear the squeaks of mice, but that it can hear human voices, in particular low-pitched male human voices.
Good boy.
Which the size of its head and the size of its ears, therefore, dictates that it shouldn't be able to hear.
Cats, including her own.
So this is the non-solicitation purr from my cat, and you'll see that it's a very 400 hertz, but that is the sort of into this sensory bias that we've got, and are using it to improve the level of care they get.
Even if you've never seen what happens when there's a conflict over territory, you've almost certainly heard the results. Like feline time-sharing. Running into rival.
You want the cats to come back? You miss them? Having a little snack. A date. And I made some almond milk with a little carob powder. And a tiny bit of stevia for sweetness. I'm seeing if I actually sort of like stevia and I can get used to it or not. It's a nice little dessert. We had dates at Whole Foods for sale. I mean, at Sam's Club, and they rarely have them there. So a really good price on medjool dates. It's like 2.5 pounds. 2 pounds for, it was like $8.99. $4.50 a pound is a really, really good price for medjool dates. So I got a couple containers here and put one in the freezer. Now I am testing cranberry sauce recipe for Thanksgiving. So I'm having some of it. It's really good. Well, I wanted some apples with almond butter, but realized I didn't have any almond butter left, so I tried to learn really quick how to make almond butter in the Vitamix, and I'm like 50% successful. Well, if we go just based on the whole roasting almonds thing, I definitely am 50% successful on that. I burned half of them, dang it. And the other ones, I tried to use them in the Vitamix to make the almond butter, but it just wouldn't come together, so I did have to add some oil. I think I added a couple tablespoons to it. And then the other thing that sucked was that, like, I wasn't patient enough to wait for the almonds to cool off because I had already cut up my apple like 20 minutes ago, and I was like, dang it, no almond butter. So I put the almonds straight in there when they were hot, which would have been fine, except I forgot that when I went to go eat one of the apples and I burned my tongue. So maybe a more accurate assessment would be maybe 20% successful, 30% successful. Also, it's not my favorite either, and it has oil in it. So I'm thinking that I'm going to eat some of this now with my apple, but I'm thinking that maybe over time the oil would separate out and I could dump some of it off. Not sure, but this is kind of a failed experiment, but hey, at least I tried. Little snacky poo. This is just some chocolate. Dark chocolate. With the almond butter I made. Pretty good. Pretty good little 8:30 snack. I'm gonna add some almond milk too. Maybe a teeny tiny bit of stevia. Maybe not.